What's going on with y'all today? So like I said before, I'm gonna show y'all these two gameplays. I probably won't do so much of the first gameplay, so this video is gonna be more focused towards, I'm gonna just a continuation off the last video, give y'all tips on defense, because like I said, I see a lot of y'all bigs sitting back watching your guards get screened, so I'm gonna give y'all tips on defense. I'm gonna just go ahead and let this little first part of the gameplay, and I'm gonna just explain to y'all what I do against different lineups. So let's say we're playing a playmaking sharp and a glass cleaner, and the glass cleaner setting screens. And let's say that playmaking sharp, he's a real good shooter. So what I want to do is I'm gonna tell Thomas play up super high and force him to the corners. I want to force that dude to the corner, so that allows me, we're either making him shoot an off dribble shot, which doesn't fall out 100% of the time. Those are more difficult shots to hit. So we're gonna force him to go and take that fadeaway corner shot. And as Tom, let's say Thomas he's getting hit by a screen, like he's going over it, but he kind of gets caught in the screen, and his man is running to the corner open. I'm gonna run to that corner and act like I'm switching, but I'm not. I'm just staying there just enough time to let Thomas get back, and then so the guard's gonna do one of two things. He's either gonna, if he thinks he's open, he's gonna take that shot, or if he sees me coming, he's gonna see his teammate, think his teammate's open, he's gonna pass to his teammate, and then I'm not playing him up super high to where I'm leaving the lane. I'm playing back a little bit, so he has to make a decision. He's either gonna take that shot and I might contest it, or he's gonna take that shot and I'm gonna get back to or he's gonna pass and I'm gonna get back to the big. So most of the time I'm just playing in between. I'll show y'all, I'm pretty sure it's happened sometime somewhere in one of these gameplays. So if we're playing something like that, that's what we do, play up super high. But the way we start off the game is we make the defender, the other team, show us their jumper first. You got to show me you can shoot before we really start respecting it like that. Because a lot of the times people play twos and they'll see someone's build and they'll be like playmaking shot, whatever, they all this dude can shoot, and they start playing them up super high and giving them lanes to the hoop the whole time. So how we start off is I'll tell Tom's obviously try to get over the screens and stuff, but force him to shoot. Like if you have to go under the screen, go under, force him to shoot. Don't give him an easy wide open look. But if it comes down to it, I'd rather the other team taking a jumper than getting an easy layup because you was playing too high or whatever. So we force him to shoot. Now if he starts going crazy, he's really hitting the shots, then that's when I'll tell Tom to start playing super high, and then we're gonna force him to the corner. That's the shot you really want him taking most of the time. You obviously don't want to give him a layup, and you don't want to give him the easy spot up shot. So we tell him force him to the corner. That way I can help a little bit. And if he is running to that corner, let's say Thomas is on his left side, he's running to the right corner. Now let's say we stop and we completely shut it down. He can't run back left. Thomas is already on his left side, and it slows down the offense because now you gotta reset. It's like you ain't getting much out of it. So that's what we like to do, force him to the corner. So we're gonna go ahead and skip through the offense. The offensive part don't really matter. We're talking about defense today. So all right. Let's see, they got the ball right here. So right here, Thomas playing up. See, I'm showing right here, and then I'm getting back to my man. Like right here, I'm playing just enough. Now maybe I did play high right here, so if he could have threw the oop, but they wasn't really doing that. Eventually, maybe they would have caught me the second time with that, but eventually I'm gonna catch on. I'm gonna know they're looking for the oops. But right here, he definitely should have threw that oop. Because I did hit square right here just in case he did make the pass, but I doubt I would have been able to stop that oop. So he could have threw oop right there, but he didn't, and see, he has to kick it out. But this is an example of what I was talking about, is force him to that corner, because that fadeaway shot isn't the best shot. You can green it a lot if you're really that good, but most of the people, like I said, most people, they're not going to keep hitting this shot. So it's a game of twos, and it's make it take it. So I'd rather, even if they are going crazy, I'd rather keep forcing the shot and force them to give them the shots that we want them to take, because eventually they're going to force them to take shots that they don't normally take. So that's what we do, force players to take shots that they're not comfortable with. Because when you force someone to take a shot that they normally don't take or they're uncomfortable with, even if they're wide open, they're not going to time it right, because they're feeling pressure. You're making them take shots they don't want to take. So they're not going to time that every time, unless you're playing a super good player, which we haven't really come across. We haven't come across any players that have just gone crazy and hit a bunch of shots and was like real good. Like these players, you see the high reps, but most of the people we're playing, once we get the ball, we end up winning because they're not that good on our defense. They're all offense, but even then, it's like we got a good defensive lineup. Whereas my build, I can switch, or not even switch, but I have enough speed to show and get back. So a lot of the options that these people, I guess, are used to getting aren't there for them. So it's been real easy against these teams we've been playing. I'm pretty sure I was in. I don't think they ever got the ball back. Yeah, I don't think they got. Nope. So this one, there's a little bit more defensive clips in this one. They got the ball. And if you're playing a lineup where it's 2 shooters, then the same thing. You just show, but make sure you can get back to your man. So if let's say I'm playing a big who's a shooter, when he sets a screen, I'm gonna show just enough to give Thomas enough time to get back to his man. I'm gonna get back to mine. Make sure I don't give him the shot. You know, my wingspan is maxed out, so it's a lot easier for me to close out on these shots too. Now, if you're playing a lineup that's ISO in, that's a little bit more harder to explain, because a lot of times now I'm playing on my forward build. But if I do get a gameplay in the future where I'm playing something like that, I'll show y'all some clips of how I guard the ball handler. Because there's different ways you can play somebody who's dribbling real good. You could pressure them, but that takes a lot more stick skill. When you're playing somebody who's real good and you're playing up high, you have to know what you're doing. Because one mistake, they're by you. But what I do is, when I'm guarding the ball, I play towards the offhand, because they love doing them crossovers and going back the other direction. So whenever I'm playing somebody, I stay on the direction. I know most people in this game, they dribble the same way. They all they all have the same tendencies. Where if the ball's in their right hand, they're going back left. They run through the hezzy cross left. So I'm always playing that side that I know they're gonna come back to. So let's say someone's got the ball, they run right hezzy. I know they're gonna want to cross back left. So I play that left side. I'm more so forcing them to the middle, or like the baseline if they're on the right side. I'm more so just forcing them to the paint. And I had chase down on goal too, which is another good thing. So me having clamps and chase down, it allows me to play up high, and then I can chase them back to the hoop and get that chase down. Because I have on my playmaker, I'm 6'7", and I have chase down gold and clamps gold. So it's a lot easier playing the people, the dribble cheese like that, because I'm 6'7". I don't know if I maxed out the wingspan on that build. I think I did. But I'm 6'7". I got clamps gold, and I have enough speed to go ahead and chase them back to the hoop. So if I'm playing a shooter, they don't have high finishing badges, so it's easy if they're just going to the paint. So if I'm playing a super good ball handler who's a shooter, like I said, I'm gonna play on the all ball hand wait for him to come back my direction to get an easy steal. Or if he decides to go ahead and run to the corner, I still have the wingspan to go and contest it. Or if he got the lane to the hoop, I still got chase down to go and chase him down. And then if he's a slasher, I could play back on him a little bit, because he can't shoot. I'm gonna force him to shoot. Even if his 3 is like a 70, I'm gonna force him to show me a jumper. He's not gonna hit it every time. So I'm gonna sit back and force him to shoot. Now for the hop steps, the hop steps are tough to guard, but it's you can still get stops on it. So if I don't run into a lot of lineups who really run someone who's just hop stepping the whole time. But if I can get a video on that, I'll explain that to y'all a little bit more. Let's go ahead and fast forward this back. All right, so we're back on defense. So you see right here, Thomas is stuck on the screen, and I'm showing, but I'm still there just enough to get back to the big, because the big, he's rolling to the hoop, so it's easy to guard. Now right here, if I was playing, now let's say that big was the shooter, this would have been tough, because I'm already too deep. Now let's say that big's out there. Maybe I would have been able to close on contest, but this would have been tough because he's got a layup. But you see, I get a nice little snatch block right there. But on screens like this, if it was a shooter, I would have to tell Thomas would have to switch that. We'd have to switch a couple of these. But you see, right there, get the little snatch block. He thought he had the lane. I'm pretty sure they don't get the ball back after that. Yeah, we ended up winning that. But that's it. Thanks for watching. There's just some defensive tips I went over. It's just like I said, a continuation of the last video, just sharing some tips on defense, what y'all need to do. That's it.